Welcome down to episode 189 of the Down South Photo Show with me, Brendan Waits, here in Ocean Grove, Victoria, Australia, and the guy on your other screen or in your other ear if you're listening to the podcast. It's Cam Blake coming to us from Cradle Mountain. Are you from Sheffield, Tasmania, Australia?
Biggest question so far. Have you pressed record?
I have pressed record.
All right.
Well, our viewers and listeners all know that.
All right. It just popped up on my screen then saying recording. Hello. No, not in we're at Cradle Mountain in Sheffield, just down the road.
Yeah. Why are you in Sheffield, Cameron?
I am co-hosting, big word that, co-hosting a macro retreat, we shall call it, at Cradle Mountain, where we're doing fungi, mosses, fagus leaves, and all that kind of stuff with the wonderful Cheryl Davis, photographer, who has our top 5 ranked best episodes of all time.
That's true.
So we are both co-hosting 2 3-day macro workshops here in Cradle. We're on our second one, day one of the second one, which went really well today. We had a great group before that. We had a couple of Sharons and Derek's and Kylie's. Oh, Derek wasn't on it. Stuart was on it. Kylie's. I've lost count of how many people. They're all blending into one.
And we have Cheryl as our live studio audience in the background, which is really, really nice.
Cheryl here, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. See, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you remember who we had on the first workshop? I can't remember. Listen, doesn't matter. But yeah, no, we're doing well. We're here. We're sort of 3/4 of the way through a big stint of workshops and stuff like that. So The end is getting closer. As much as we're enjoying it, it's been nice to have a bit of a rest as well.
Yep.
How you going? What are you up to? How's your shop going?
Well, it's been a while. We haven't put out a pod for a few weeks, so hence the rustiness. But that's okay. We'll overcome that, I'm sure. But we thought it was time we should get back on and tell everyone what we've been up to, because it hasn't been through a lack of wanting to. It's been through both of us being very, very busy. Cam with lots and lots of workshops, and me with a very busy camera and photo and various workshops I've been doing as well, entry level, landscape, cityscape, that sort of stuff, which has been a lot of fun. But yeah, busy, man. Like, I think I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago that here in Ocean Grove, we used to get a lull like in February. Doesn't happen anymore. We've pushed right through to, where are we now, like into May, and it's still flat out. We really only had maybe 10 days where it got a little bit quiet around these parts, but it's a busy town now, Ocean Grove. It's grown a lot in my time.
That's good for you though. Like, that's obviously pushed the value of your business and everything else up. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
Well, more houses being built, which is good and bad, I guess, but that means more blank walls and people wanting to put nice prints on their walls, their own photos or nice canvas prints like this up on their wall. So that's good. You can't complain. Shout out to everyone from the Down South Photo Show, our viewing audience, that have ordered prints through cameraandphoto.com.au. Doing a lot of mail outs Australia-wide, which is really cool. So thank you. Link in description. If you want to get some prints done by someone who actually gives a toss, me, then send them my way, cameraandphoto.com.au.
I thought you were going to substitute toss for the other word then, but you didn't. Well done. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Like I said, you're busy and doing lots of prints. Where we're staying at this nice little Airbnb in Sheffield here, there in the bedrooms there's a couple of big canvases. There's one that looks like a big forest, but doesn't look like it's Tassie. It looks like they've just bought, looks like mainland something, which is a bit disappointing.
You'll have to talk to us, Cam.
There's some pictures around here, actually. I look Peter Dombrowski's rip-offs, but it's nice to see photos on the wall when you go somewhere. But yeah,
it does make a difference. And stick around in this episode because we're going to talk a little bit about printing your photos later on. So
before we go any further, can I do a proper shout out to the people? I've got the list here because now I'm going to get my ass chewed out if I don't do it right.
Okay, go for it.
Our first macro workshop had Stuart, Sharon, Meredith, Kylie, Sarah, Sharon, SJE was there, Teresa and Libby. And if I don't shout out this group, apparently they're going to get the shits as well. We have Fleur, Joe, Sharon, Annie, Jenny, and Claire.
Nice.
Do you notice anything about all those names?
A lot of females.
Yes, one male only in 2 macros. So my question is, where the hell are these blokes taking photos? Who are they hanging out with? There's no blokes on our trips. It's all females, which we love. But where's all the blokes doing stuff?
I don't know.
You get a lot of blokes.
I do.
and
My
and on
Bellarine Peninsula one was exclusively blokes.
yeah,
And yeah, no, I do. I do get. I don't know. I think I pretty much on balance would get a fairly even spread.
yeah.
Most of my entry level stuff I generally get a 50-50 split. So, but
I
yeah,
think
not sure
I think
what that means.
I think it's Cheryl being the draw card, being wonderful female photographer. I think she's inspiring a lot of people, and they want to come and learn from her. She's sitting
Absolutely.
in the other room going red now, I reckon.
I think that goes without saying. Cam, I'm going to throw up a photo of the week. Well,
Right.
pretty much a photo of the month at the moment because we're putting this podcast out once a month. So there you go. That's yours. Look at that.
Yes, look at that. Look at that. That looks like a lovely, peaceful photograph taken at a lovely, peaceful place. It was anything but. So that's the famous Wanaka tree, which would have to be now, I reckon, in the world's top 3 magnet for dickhead photographers to come and take photos. There was idiots everywhere. We came close to, we had some choice words with some other photographers, and it just became an absolute dog's mess. But lovely place. We just spent 8 days touring New Zealand, our first New Zealand tour, about a week ago. And this was a really beautiful moment, but a little bit ruined by lack of etiquette by other photographers. So probably something we can talk about having the right etiquette around popular locations. But
it feels like a trend, doesn't it? I mean, I think there was a place in Japan, the snow monkeys in Japan a few months ago that you were talking about. Also, just places probably, sadly, to be avoided by photographers now. It's more of an Instagram location than a decent landscape photography opportunity these days.
That's a really good point you make. Like, are we getting to the point where there's photography locations and then Instagram locations? So I think the answers are dead yes. Like, this used to be a great photography location, but now it's just Instagram, drones, people walking out in the water, people just pushing through your tripods. It's just a really bad experience. And you can go around other places in Wanaka and have the place to yourself and still get lovely shots. So yeah, maybe there is a change. Maybe there is now Instagram spots and then photographer spots. I don't know, but
it's funny, isn't it? I mean, this human nature thing, particularly with Instagram, it's almost like trophy hunting. Like, I've now got a photo of the Wanaka tree on my Instagram. Well done, you and 10 million other people. That makes no sense to me. I mean, look, I get it. It's a gorgeous location, and yeah, it's a cool subject to photograph, and it's a cool photograph. I understand that. But it's, talk about being done to death. I mean, I've seen this tree from every possible angle in every possible season. I even went there years ago, like in 2006. Was it? Yeah, 2006. And somewhere in the back of my mind tells me I've actually got that photo. Before this is before Instagram. Yeah. And I just can't find it. It's buried on a hard drive somewhere, I'm sure of it, but I have to go and hunt it out. But it's a shame on one hand, but it's also a lesson on the other. And that lesson is maybe avoid places like this now and just leave it to the Instagrammers and people that want to, put a photo of it on Instagram for the sake of putting a photo of it on Instagram. And as I say, claiming it as a trophy, look where I've been kind of thing. It's a bit of a, that's like big deal. Yeah.
It is. And that's the shame is, though, like you said, it is a beautiful place. And like, as humans, we like to go to these beautiful places and enjoy them. Like, why can't we go there together and enjoy them? Not like a pack of animals trying to just stroke our ego with a post. I put up a post about this saying, never again will I go to the Wanaka tree. We're going next year. We just sold out our New Zealand tour for next year, and we're going to go there again because I think like it is a beautiful place, and I think we're going to have to address it and attack it a different way next year. But again, like why should we let these 2-second photographer Instagrams ruin places for us that are just naturally beautiful? That's not their place to do. It's not their.
Question with that notice. What would you suggest might be a solution for a place like this? I mean, is it going to get to a point where they've got to sell tickets, where you've got to, have a time, like you buy a ticket for a certain time that you can be there, literally take a number kind of stuff?
You know what my response to that is? It's going to be quite dramatic. I would chop the thing down. Yeah, because I don't think you can fix it. I don't think. Like someone in our group suggested putting up like police tape around our tripods and making a members only type of thing, but I don't think you can't do it. Like, I hate to say, but it was a certain variety of tourists that was there that just had absolutely zero understanding of culture and personal space. You're never going to change that.
Yeah.
Having said that, I don't think the local council manage it very well. Like, it's a fuzzy wuzzy free for all when you get there. There's no real, no organization, no order, no nothing. Drones flying around. We did hear one story where a bus of tourists rocked up and they all came out with their drones, and the ranger confiscated like 15 drones on the spot because they all came out and started flying drones around. So I think it needs a bit more management, but again, it just comes back to human decency. Like, we had ourselves set up pretty well, but like, we were pretty clustered in together. We weren't hogging any real location of it, and people just came and pushed in and like almost sitting under tripods and just stupid stuff.
Whereas if there was some kind of organized chaos or some kind of organization there, everyone's going to get a chance. You've got to have a bit of patience, I guess, and that might also come down to education of tour operators as well.
Yes, totally.
And laying down the rules and saying, hey, this is a pretty cool spot. Everyone will get a chance to get a photo, but these are the rules. If there are people there taking photos, let them finish getting their photos, and then then that spot becomes available.
Well, when we got there an hour and a half before sunrise, and there was a dude in the water halfway through the tree with his tripod set up. He pretty much said, "Screw you all. I got here at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting my shot."
Okay.
And it's like, really, dude? Like, okay, kudos to you for getting there early, but you're going to get lynched if you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? I mean, I guess like, but then again, what motivation, what drove that dude to do that? Like, again, to get another photo of the Wanaka tree.
Yeah. Without anyone in it. It's ego.
Funny, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. We'll move on. That was your experience there.
Yeah.
I've sort of got more than just a photo of the week. I'm sorry, I'm going to be a bit self-indulgent here. Since we spoke last time, Anzac Day happened. Lest we forget, it's a great day here in Ocean Grove because we have a cenotaph here in the local park. We have a march down the main street. It happens every year. It's fantastic. And this year I decided to take this little thing out with me. I only took the Z5 II and my big lens, and only shot monochrome. It's actually a really cool subject to shoot.
Did you take a bazooka? You took a bazooka to Anzac Day. That's a bit.
No, you can call it that if you like, but it's a one.
It looks like a freaking bazooka.
It's a 180 to 600. So my 180 to 600. It was cool. And aside from one very overzealous police officer, but that's okay. He calmed down once I explained to him what I was doing. That's all good. And I was able to sort of capture the mood of the town. It was really cool. Like the turnout was magnificent. In particular, the turnout by the next generation was great. Seeing people going out and marching. You got the scouts and things like that at the front of the march there. A lot of school groups come down and do it as well. But just photos like this where I didn't want to do any editing. I just wanted to make it all happen in camera and shoot monochrome. It was a really bright day. It was the sun. It was basically wall-to-wall sunshine. So that made shooting monochrome sort of the only way to do it, really. And try and sort of capture a bit of a mood of the day. So it was cool. And I was fortunate enough to pop these on the, community notice boards and stuff like that, just to praise Ocean Grove for the turnout for Anzac Day. And the response I got was fantastic. Had quite a few people that loved the photos, which was great. Always good to get good feedback on your craft. So, but again, really, really cool subjects, and just sort of, I sort of immersed myself while all this was going on, the march, and then the moment's silence and all that sort of stuff. And I was just sort of running around clicking away. I really enjoyed it. It was sort of got me into a bit of sort of photojournalism, if you like, which is, again, that sort of immersion in, this photo here was picked up by Vic Pole. They actually wanted me to do a couple of shots of these people here. I'm sorry, I don't know who they are, but they're sort of higher ranking police officers here in Victoria. They wanted me to get a couple of shots. That was good. I really enjoyed doing it. And I highly recommend it to people who may sort of have a bit of photographer's block and sort of are looking for a way to reinvigorate and re-spark their photography, choose something like that. It's really cool. And don't be afraid to move around and get your camera into sort of more unique angles and tight shots like this. Yeah, it's really cool. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
We had an interesting conversation in New Zealand about that, because we did dawn service in Tianu, which is down in the South Island there. So it was a really lovely service, being Australian at a New Zealand Anzac Day. They played the Australian anthem and the New Zealand anthem, and it was really lovely to hear some stories about the sacrifices that the New Zealand soldiers made. But one of the questions came up about taking photos at Anzac Day and stuff like that. And I sort of said, oh, look, I've never really done it. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that, because it's such a sacred sort of day and walking around taking photos. But there's obviously press people and people that do go around, and people like yourself. Did you approach it with, obviously, I know you like a brother, you're very respectful for anything you do. So I gather you were quite respectful and sort of quiet about your business. And is there any tips that you think that if someone wanted to do this next year, how they go about going to a dawn service, or even some sort of ceremony and shooting that?
100% big lens. Get a big zoom so that you're not shooting wide. And when you shoot wide, you generally get in people's way because you're trying to include more in the shot. Whereas when you shoot sort of with a zoom lens, you can be a bit stealthier and be at the back of crowds a lot more, which I did. There was only a couple of times where I positioned myself a lot closer to the cenotaph, and that was when people were laying reeds and saluting and all that sort of stuff. But I generally found no one gave me any grief at all for doing it. I think a lot of people were quite happy. I mean, here in Ocean Grove, I'm fairly known now. As the guy that's right. Yeah. The guy that gets his camera out and does this sort of stuff. So, and there's a lot of, oh, g'day, Brendan, so that was fine. I'm very respectful about, I mean, I go to dawn service, I go to the Anzac parade and stuff anyway, to pay my respects. So I think having a camera there was just an extension of that. Yeah. But, as I say, just sort of ducking and weaving, making sure I wasn't blocking anyone's view, but also trying to capture the spirit and the emotion of the day as well. It's a different take on it, and it's really cool. I highly recommend it. If you're a bit nervous about next year, if you wanted to do it in your local town and you're worried about anyone that might have some, grievances about you doing it, just talk to your local RSL.
That's a good point.
They actually quite like seeing the photos. Most of the groups that I took photos of, the Scouts, Vic Pole, local members, they all reached out and wanted copies of the photos. Happy to share them. That's fine. So you'll probably find that particularly local branches of RSLs quite like seeing it. They want it documented so they can share it, which helps keep the Anzac tradition going. Yeah,
it's good advice. Yeah, they're great. I like the one with the trumpet. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it was cool. It was good fun. And that was the other thing, like just shooting handheld. I didn't care about shooting at higher ISOs. Like a lot of it was for social media sharing. I'm probably not going to print any of those at all. So, just as far as tech specs are concerned, I was just shooting basically wide open. That thing only goes to 5.6. And I think I was the highest ISO I went to, broad daylight, was still 500 ISO. So to handheld, just so I could keep shooting, handheld, not getting anyone's way with a tripod or anything like that.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I know, I've often thought about doing stuff like that, and it's just that balance. How do you get in there without intruding when still paying your respects and all that kind of stuff? But it sounds like you managed it very well.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good fun. Good fun's not the right word. You know what I mean? It was respectful. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, it is fun. Like you got some enjoyment out of it. You practiced your craft a bit, and so that's good. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I've done over the last few weeks is go to the local footy as well.
Yeah, you've done that. Yes.
Yeah, and just I went to the Barwon Heads versus Queenscliff game the other day and just loved it. Just sat right on the boundary, had my camera there, did a heap of shots, posted them, and then both the footy clubs pick them up, share them around, and it's good promotion for me as well. I get tagged in all the photos, which is great.
Yeah.
But like exactly what you said then, it's great practice. Like it's really, really good to hone your skills, and also a branch away from landscape as well, like which I love and still adore, and I'm a landscape photographer. But I always learn when I pick up a different genre, or when I get into a different genre of photography. I still learn every day. I learn something new about my camera, or something new about a technique, or which will all go back into my landscape stuff eventually as well.
Yeah. I must admit, one of the first weddings I ever shot was on the back of a reference from the Montmorency Football Club that I shot on film. I did like a game day, and they printed some stuff in a newsletter and had my name in it. And someone rang, "Oh, we saw you're a photographer at the footy. Do you do weddings?" If only I knew then what I know now, I would have said, "No, I do not do weddings."
No,
Yeah.
that's right. And taken up welding or something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah.
I just wanted to quickly touch on something, because we have been asked a couple of times about where the Down South Photo Show sits at the moment and what we're up to. We're sort of, look, loosely taking this year, if you like, as a bit of a breather. So instead of cranking out episodes weekly, which we found was, well, and I'll speak for myself and Cam will speak for himself, but I found it, the format was just getting stale, because we were constantly regurgitating and looking for angles and things to talk about, aside from like our photos of the week and comps and things that were running, and the guests that we were getting as well, which was really cool. We just found it got a little bit tired. So we initially took a full month off, and now really just putting out the podcast every month. Sorry, mate.
Now we can't get back.
That's right. Putting the podcast out sort of once a month is not ideal from a promotions point of view, or a continuity point of view. However, it does give us lots of content when we have a full month break between podcasts. And I find it's been quite refreshing. However, we have decided that we will probably try and get it back on track for at least fortnightly in the foreseeable future, particularly probably as we roll around through winter as well. Things will start to slow down. I know for me, speaking for myself, things will slow down a little bit through winter. So you can look forward to the Down South Photo Show coming back pretty much fortnightly, if we can make that happen.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, we were sort of scratching our heads for topics and stuff like that, weren't we? And then it was almost like, well, we better do a rant, because they seem to get people involved. And then, so it got not stale. Oh, I guess it was stale, but I think it was just going around in circles a bit. So having a bit of a lesser frequency, I think, is going to help keep us fresh and keep the topics fresh. And we'll have plenty of things to talk about. So, well, we don't want to give this up. We enjoy doing this. So it's just got to squeeze into our schedules and be relevant to what's going on around the photography world.
Yeah, I mean, we've said that for ages, that we enjoy doing it, even if like 2 people listen. Like, that's fine. I look forward to it. It's good. Yeah. I like chatting with someone else about photography, and someone who's on the same wavelength as me about it all. It's good.
A little live studio audience. This is the first live studio audience, I think, isn't it?
No, we had our first live studio audience, you will remember, Cameron, was on the Overland track.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Funnily enough, the same audience.
One member. That's right. Exactly.
She's about that. Turned into a bit of a group, I
think. Cam, in the notes, because I know you haven't got the notes in front of you, so let me do all the driving here. You've mentioned that you're tempted to buy an OM1 Mark II again. Now, has this happened?
Far out. Today it happened.
Excellent timing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's not planned at all. I don't remember even putting that on the notes. So I wasn't going to tell anyone, and even Cheryl was like, "Don't worry about telling. You don't need to tell anyone. That's your choice. Now it's out there in the world. Can we scrap that bit and start again?" No. So I've come to the realization, especially with the macro workshops we do, that the OM1 Mark II, the OM system is just mint for the macros. So I thought I'm going to get one and put it in the kit. It'll be mine, but if people want to hire it or borrow it for the trips and stuff like that. So I spoke to a good friend at DigiDirect, Mark, today. I said, just send me one. So he's sending it here to Sheffield. It's going to be here tomorrow, apparently. So that's not saying I'm investing back into the whole system. I'm still using my Leica cameras, which I'm really loving. But for macro, you can't beat them. And I've just noticed that in the last few days when we've been doing the last 5 days or something macro we've done. It's just I need that camera for this part of the job. So it's just a tool in the kit. We had this discussion just over dinner with our guests tonight. Actually, I still don't think they're doing a great job, OM Systems, and they don't support me in any way, shape, form. This purchase is purely to support and scratch my itch when I need to do my macro photography for customers and stuff like that. So
look, it makes a great deal of sense to me. In fact, a month ago when you put it in the notes, I know you can't remember that, but when you did, I looked at it and went, yeah, well, of course. I mean, it's the system you know very well. I have no doubt that from a macro perspective, OM System are the market leader. They just do it so well. And that's results I've seen from your macro workshops that other people have done. Definitely Cheryl's work on, it's great stuff. It's compatible with the flash system that you use as well, which just makes a world of sense. The fact that you know the system inside out, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Well, to give you an idea on the last 2 workshops we've done here, I think we've had majority OM System users for macro. So it makes sense to have the camera there that you can say, hey, this is how I do it. This is the settings and stuff like that. I've been walking around with a little EM5 Mark III or something like that, which is okay, but it's just not the same. So it's purely a purchase for the business to be able to fill in the gap when we do the macro. But it's funny you say that, because I was umming and ahhing this week. I'm like, maybe I'll wait till next month with the end of financial years and stuff like that. I spoke to Mark. He goes, I'll just do it for that much. And I'm like, just invoice me, send it in the mail. So it's on its way. So it'll be good. Like I said, and like you said, they do excel at macro. They got image stabilizing, which is great. The in-camera stacking, which is amazing. Focus peaking, all the cool stuff you need to do macro. Great little lenses, compatible with the flashes. They really are. I can't think of a better system to shoot macro with. Sony are catching up accordingly, apparently. So, but Olympus all the way. But I'm not supporting them though. I still don't. I'm not changing my mind on that.
That's fine.
They can still kiss my ass on that part of it, but I'm just getting the camera because I need one. So yeah.
Well, if you would like to get an OM System camera, cameraandphoto.com.au. I'll sell you one. I don't mind.
You do.
No, look, I don't think it's silly at all to have a dedicated macro system, and if that happens to be not Leica or not Canon or not Nikon or not, so be it, because you are in the position where you know what is the best, and the best is OM System for macro. That's just how it is at the moment. So why wouldn't you have that camera?
And rumor has it next year when we go to Japan, Cheryl's buying the big white wildlife lens, so I'll have access to that as well. So
you'll have your whole kit back basically.
I'll just be borrowing it off other people.
Who bought your OM1 Mark II off you?
The OM1 Mark II. You bought the OM1 Mark I, didn't you, Cheryl? Yeah. The OM1 Mark II. I don't know who bought that off me actually. Or do I? I can't remember.
Was it someone in East Coast Tassie? Did they have it?
I can't remember now. Might have been someone. Yeah, I can't remember. I know I sold the big white lens to a dude in Hobart. The OM1 Mark II. I don't know. It wasn't Shazbang, I don't think.
Wasn't Mel.
I can't remember now. Yeah.
Anyway, all good.
Yeah. It was someone on the tour recently, Cheryl said. I can't think who it is. So.
Okay.
If you bought my OM1 Mark II, leave a comment below so I can remember.
So we know.
I remember. So yeah, well, but it's a tool I need. And like I said, like they're a great system. The other reason I got it off because I got the shits with them about everything, and still do. But I need that to do my jobs for that section of my job. So
yeah, enough said. That's fine. That's great. Cool. You've also put here.
What other things did I say in the notes from last month?
That's great. These are all your. This is your run sheet. It's excellent.
Awesome.
Do we see color differently in particular, male versus female? Now, is this something that you wanted to flag because you've seen it in action, or it's certainly it's sort of news to me? But is it something you had experience with in particular with the
think
the
so.
the odd male that you've had on one of your workshops?
I think it was. I think I just noticed over a bit of time that when we're getting those early morning colours and afternoon colours, things like that, that females and males seem to see them differently, or seem to pick them up differently in the sky or the foliage or the water. Like
Okay.
I noticed that, some people are like, oh, look at that color over there. And half the guys that you go, what? Oh, yeah, that's okay. But like, I think we do see things differently. I actually think women see things maybe more the pastel-y colors better. They might pick them up better and photograph them better. And I think the men might see those really, vibrant, fiery sort of colors better. But there was something, I don't know if it was in Japan or something like that, or maybe the Daintree, I can't remember, but yeah, there was something that triggered me to say, I feel like maybe we see colors differently.
Okay.
And maybe
would you
we
like
have,
would you like
sorry.
the AI answer?
Well, why not? Yes.
So I've just popped this into Gemini, which is
What's Gemini?
Google's AI. It's basically the Google search engine, but on steroids. Scientific research suggests that males and females do perceive color differently, though the differences are often subtle and influenced by a combination of genetics, hormones, and neurological wiring. The consensus is that females generally have a superior ability to discriminate between subtle shades, particularly in the middle of the color spectrum, which is greens and yellows, while males are often more sensitive to rapid movement and fine detail. So when it comes to photography, color is generally, it seems that females have a broader spectrum of color, whereas males will sense rapid movement and fine detail better in photography.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That sort of marries up with what I thought. I think. Yeah. Like I think
A little bit, yes.
women might see the more subtle colors and more subtle differences in tones, and then the men just watch fast things.
Okay. Here's a good one for you.
Yeah.
Color blindness. Because males only have one X chromosome, a single genetic mutation usually results in color blindness. Roughly 1 in 12 men, or 8%, are colorblind, compared to only 1 in 200 women, which is 0.5%.
Right. I know there was a photographer who shall remain nameless who used to be in Tasmania. He was colorblind, and that was where the term clown vomit came from, because his photos looked like a clown had vomited all over him. He had
Through no
no
fault of
idea.
his own, because he was colorblind.
Well, he was. I give him some fault because he was too stubborn to listen to anyone trying to help him.
But if he can't see it, then you got to let him off the hook, right?
He used to put up photos of waterfalls, and people would say, "Dude, that green looks really horrendous." And then he'd turn around and go, "Well, that's how I like it." Well, no, that's how you saw it. So yeah, okay, yeah. I know color blindness is much more prominent in males than it is in female. I don't think I've come across anyone that's a female that's colorblind. Have you?
Well, there's only 0.5% of females are colorblind. So, and when we say colorblind, it's not like you see grays and blacks where it should be yellows and reds. It's a very subtle difference in color. The term colorblind isn't to be taken literally. It's to be taken that you see colors differently to other people.
Yeah.
So, the only other one I'll point out here is, according to Gemini, is the color vocabulary factor. Beyond biology, there is a cognitive and cultural component. Studies consistently show that females tend to have a larger color vocabulary. Where a male might see purple, a female is statistically more likely to categorize it as lavender, plum, eggplant, or magenta. This isn't just about labels. Having a name for a color helps the brain categorize and notice it more effectively, a phenomenon known as linguistic relativity. There you go.
That's what, again, that sort of ties in what I think, that they see that subtle variance through colors, like our sunset sky that's got purple through to blue type of thing. We just go, look at that purple sky. They look at that magenta. Oh, it's got a little bit of blue. It's got a bit of lavender. It's got a bit of this. There you go. That's really interesting.
Well, it's fact. I mean, it's factual. I mean, it's too factual for the Down South Photo Show. It's too scientific. But it's.
I'm just surprised you know how to use something on a computer, like without.
Well, I know. How good have I been tonight? I'm on fire over here.
You're in 16:9. You've done this. You've researched that. Where's the real Brendan Waits?
I managed to get your Wanaka tree photo up on the screen when you couldn't. So come on, let's just credit where it's due here.
Are you AI? Are you AI Brendan?
I'm not with the real Brendan. Please stand up. Cool. That's really interesting. Comment below if you've seen the differences. If you're female, where you've been showing your partner some photos and they've gone, hang on, I can't see that, or vice versa. Whether you're male and a female friend of yours sees it differently. That's interesting conversation. I like that.
So when you said that they have a bigger color vocabulary, does that mean like they talk a lot too? Like, is it a similar thing where they just don't stop talking, but that's about color? Like,
so while Cam digs his own hole over there, we'll move on to the next subject. This is a topic that I've had a bit of a case in point over the last couple of days about professional photographers who are presenting images to me where how can I put this? They don't care. They don't care about the final product. Now, what I mean by that is,
this is starting to sound like a rant. I like it. Go.
Well, I was approached by a professional photographer to print some photos for them. And they supplied the images and basically just said, weave your magic, which was
that's promising.
Yeah. And to me, it was like, what the hell do you mean, weave my magic? You're the photographer. Have you not prepped this file for me to print? Have you not?
The magic should have already been weaved.
That's exactly right. And then they presented me with the frames that they wanted me to put these pictures into for clients. The frames, Cam, were straight off Amazon for like $6. The glass was Perspex, so it wasn't glass at all. The Perspex had a color cast in it, which changed the look and feel of the photos. They simply did not care about the end product except for how much money they were making out of it. Fascinating. Like, to me, it was like, have you just given up on the end product? Like, you feel like you've taken the photo, you've sold it, your work is done.
Yeah.
I would not be proud at all to have that on display on my wall, or to think that I'd sold that to someone, under the guise that it was good for. It's a good photo, but for the final product was awful. So
was it? Can you tell us what genre of photography it was?
No. I won't go down that path because the
weddings.
Sorry,
wedding photography.
There were people in it. Let's just go as far as that. Right? Okay. I won't say what it was, but there were people in the photos. So that was one thing, but the other thing was the sizing was all wrong. They supplied me images that were panoramic photos that they wanted printed in A sizes, and it's like, and I said, "Oh, you realize that this is going to crop?" And the response I got back was, "Weave your magic." It's like, what do you mean? No, you want me to defy physics?
Is that the name of the business? Weave your magic photography.
It was a weird one. And I got into a bit of a text exchange with a guy who used to work for me, who now prints as well. And he was spot on when he said that people nowadays, they'll take the path of least resistance and they'll take convenience rather than putting any effort in all the way through. And I find the best photographers, so people that run galleries, the Tom Putts of the world, the Mika Boyntons of the world, the people that actually give a toss about the final product, they will be involved in the process right through to the end, rather than farming out images to, Snapfish or one of these guys. They want to see samples. They want to see how it's going to look so that they're confident that when they give that photo to their client, that it's, they'll be proud to display it and they'll be proud to sell it to them. Now, what this filters down to is the people listening to the podcast. And that is, if you are getting great photos, albeit like it might be on a workshop, you might go on a trip, you might go to Japan, you might take
Shazbang's work.
Very good example. Shazbang, who is now, in my opinion, she has just exceeded all expectations and gone to the top of the class. Her photography is absolutely stunning. I would hate to see her go to Harvey Norman and print a photo and then buy a frame off Temu and put it in that and just completely undo all that work. I see it far too often, and it's that last hurdle. So people, put a bit of effort into the final product, print your stuff at a good, reputable lab, and I'm not just saying that because that's what I am, but I'm saying that you might have someone local that, some photographer who runs a lab who's been doing it for 30 or 40 years. It might cost a few more bucks, sure, but man, you're going to completely forget about how much it costs when you're looking at a fantastic print that's going to last for another 75 years out. See you. I just find people give up on that last step far too easily for the sake of convenience and for the sake of saving a few bucks. It annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, it would annoy the shit out. I think a lot of it is price driven as well. Like same sort of thing. Like people will say, "Oh, I love that photo of yours, Cam," and I love to have that hanging on the wall. Yeah, cool. That's hundreds of dollars framed and printed. Oh, really? Like, I'm not gonna. Well, can't you get it done cheaper? Can't you just get it done at Kmart and I'll frame it? Well, no, because that's my work that's going to look like shite on your wall. I don't want that. So yeah, you're right. If you've got good photos, especially if you're a business as well, like if you're not smart enough to build that costing into your costing, it is going to cost you X amount of dollars to print it, and it's going to cost you a bit more to frame it, then you're an idiot. You shouldn't be in business. You should be doing something else. And then it's the customer that gets the photo and the framing, and it looks crap, and then that gives us all a bad reputation there as well. So
no, that's exactly right. And it's just I just find it really frustrating. Also, I've had a few photographers who have just basically handballed me the job, and it's just like, really? Okay. I mean, I'll do a good job of it, but you're not going to have, like, even to the point where they'll let the client come and pick up from my store without seeing the final product themselves, which is on one hand is great that they trust me. So that's fine. But on the other hand, it's not so good because, again, they lose all quality control and lose all value, I think, goes out the window.
Different if they've been printing with you for a decade and they just trust you and say, "Hey, Brenz, this is what we're doing. Get it done.
Yeah.
Sweet, send me an invoice." But
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Hey, I see a little thing going across the top of our thing about our workshops and stuff. That looks to me like an advert. I have a question about your previous comment.
Yes.
Did Tom Putt and Mika Boynton pay any money to us to advert their businesses on our show?
No, they were just two respected photographers that came off the top of my skull that I know put effort into the way their photos are finally presented.
Yeah, well, I know Tom's going to think he's finally going to sell a print out of his gallery now because of us.
Fine. We live to give.
We are going to the Tarkine and Cradle Mountain later this year. Why is no one coming, Brendan? Why are we sitting on that?
I think we hit the nail on the head because we've backed off on the podcast. We haven't been promoting this particular workshop as much as we probably should and could. The Tarkine to Cradle Mountain workshop that we do every year has been, in my opinion, it's probably the best workshop we do, mainly because of the locations.
Yes.
It's tough. I mean, they're all great, but I think the Tarkine to Cradle is so unique that the landscapes that we visit, the diversity of the landscapes, all that sort of stuff, the fact that it's in Tasmania, the fact that it's, we go to World Heritage areas and that sort of stuff. It's an awesome, awesome workshop. So jump onto dsps.com.au and have a look. There it is right there. Thank you. It is on August 20th to the 25th, and there's 5 places available. Thank you, Cameron. That's on the fly. That's a hot take. I like it.
Get on that workshop because it is. I'm just in Cradle Mountain now, and Cheryl just asked me before. She goes, "Do you like doing these macro workshops?" Because like there's fagus trees and mountains everywhere, and I can see you looking at them all day long, wanting to go photograph them. It is a magical place, Cradle Mountain. The Tarkine, which we're going to in a few days' time, again is for a landscape photographer. It's a photographer's wet dream out there. You definitely will get some great shots. We do 3 days in each region, so you get a bit of time in each one. Giant forest, crazy rugged coastline. We get great food, great accommodation. Cradle Mountain, we got an aurora last time we were up there. Anything's possible. We might get snow. Who knows what's going on? But have a look at it. Check out the website, dsps.com.au. Get on there. If you've got any questions about it, if you don't think you're capable of coming or you don't think you're going to fit in or whatever it is, just send us a message and we'll talk you into it. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Now, for those of you, we should have mentioned this off the top of the show that we were doing this, that we are going to announce the winner of our photography competition from last month. And it is wide was the theme. Thank you for those who entered. Some of the entries were absolutely fantastic. It was good to see some new faces in amongst the entries as well. So thank you for that.
What was the prize?
The prize was a $150 gift voucher to Ocean Grove Camera and Photo. So it's a big one. I don't know why. Why did it jump to 150? What must have been
I must admit, when you said that, I'm like, oh, you bumped it up 150. That's pretty good.
No, $150 gift voucher.
I'm just giving away a $90 book. You keep putting yours up. Great.
That's right. And we've got the photo. We're going to put it up on the screen. Drum roll, please, Cameron.
Cheryl, could you do a drum roll?
No, no drum roll.
Just got to laugh.
There we are. Look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't it, though? And John Latimer.
Well done, John. Well done. Woo.
John.
Yeah,
great shot. Canola fields,
Yes.
which is always a classic. But the way this is captured, check that out.
Yeah,
The way the texture of that canola disappears into one band of yellow. That's very, very cool.
Yes, or if it's a lady looking at it, different shades of gold, orange, red, yellow, blue, the whole lot. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, maybe it's John took it. I'm assuming you don't want to assume anything these days, but I think John is a male.
Could be Johnette.
Somehow I doubt it. John, you've won a $150 gift voucher to Ocean Grove Camera and Photo. So if you would like to we'll get in contact with you. I will tag you over the coming days on our Facebook page. If you jump over to our Facebook page as well, just search the Down South Photo Show on Facebook. It is linked below. You can see the entries from our wide competition. I'm just quickly looking up the notes. There you go. Canola fields near Kilmore in Victoria. So
you know what? If you take the clouds out of that, that's got a very Simpsons feel about it.
They are the Simpsons clouds, aren't they? You know what?
And the yellow is the Simpson yellow, I reckon.
It is too. This could be a Windows screensaver.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
good job, John.
You know what you should do, John? You tag it into Google Images, and if they pick it up, it goes on the screensaver of everyone's Google TV when it goes into saving mode. So look up Google TV images, something like that, and you can actually submit it. Because that'd be, you're right, that'd be a great screensaver. That's a cool shot. The canola fields are so cool in Victoria.
Yeah, they come sort of August, September, they're just everywhere you look, particularly here on the Bellarine. There's heaps of them.
All right.
And it's kind of humorous because you'll be driving along and there's a family stopped and they're all tromping all over this poor canola farmer's field trying to get that Instagram shot, Cam. So
I think we need to.
We've gone full circle here.
I think we need to change the laws for Instagrammers that you should be able to like spear them in the leg or like just break an arm or something like that, or put a horse head in their car. Just something that they might stop being dickheads and just
be allowed to ask them the question. Why? What are you doing?
They don't know the answer, Brendan. They barely speak any bloody sense anyway.
Anyway, John, well done. Great photo. Keep an eye out for next episode. We will have another competition coming your way, and we'll be in touch with you, John, about your voucher. Good job.
Maybe I'll bump up my prize and give something away that's worth 150 more. I'll give something away worth $200.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, you can do that.
I'll give away a $200 Ocean Grove voucher.
That's right. Also, if you go over to dsps.com.au, you can buy us a beer. dsps.com.au, and you'll see below here that we have this week's beer donators as well. We have Peter L, Mel C, and who else was there? I think Jenny C as well.
Jenny C. Sharon Gibbs, who's on my workshop at the moment. Thank you for the beer that you're buying now, because I've given you a shout out. Much appreciated. I did say a slab, but look, we'll take a beer. But if you find the option to put a slab on there, then feel free to do that too.
And shout out to John G, who bought me a slab for both of us, Cam. So I've got half a slab sitting at the back of my shop next time you're in Ocean Grove.
Right. Well, we're going down the Great. Hey, was there a bus accident on Ocean Grove, Great Ocean Road today?
I haven't seen that. 11
injured between two bus people. Anyway, we're going down the Great Ocean Road. Maybe you can put that in the back of the Kia.
That'll work.
Because nothing says do professional workshops and drinking every night and a slab of beer.
We're very professional and we would never do such a thing. But yeah, thanks for those of you who have shouted us a beer, even though we've been a bit sort of lazier with how many podcasts we've been putting out. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, and we're going to change that. We're back, aren't we? We're back a bit more frequently.
A little bit more frequently from here on in. Yes. I think that makes good sense. Cam, what have you got coming up?
We've got a couple of days left here in Cradle for the macro. Then I go back and introduce myself to some lady and two kids that live in a house down in Hobart. And then we're back on the road again. We've got an Australian Geographic Tark Iron workshop starting later this week. And then I got a few weeks off. We've got a few weeks off before we go to Flinders Island. And then I'll be sort of pushing over to get to you, I think, in Flinders Ranges, Kangaroo Island, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, that comes up sort of in the third week of June. We're off to Kangaroo Island, so that'll roll around really quick.
Tell me about it.
Yes.
So yeah, no, just a few more workshops, a little bit of time off. Cheryl gets to go back home for a few weeks, which I'm sure she's. How many days? A few days. She goes home for a few days, and then she's looking to buy property in Tassie, I think.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, I remember we're going to start a commune.
Yeah, we are. That's right. Yes.
Yeah, we're going to give all this up and just start a commune, and that'll be fine.
Yeah. So that's what we got going. What about your printing circles and triangles?
Well, we've got a big day. Shout out to all the mothers, because it is Mother's Day this weekend coming. So Ocean Grove Camera and Photo is cranking out the mothers. Today was insane. It felt like Christmas again. I was doing so many prints today and framing up pictures of families and babies and dogs and cats and all this sort of stuff for mothers, which is always awesome. We look forward to it every year. Keeps us on our toes. And then beyond that, what have we got coming up? My workshops and stuff like that. They're all coming up with entry-level landscape, seascape, that sort of stuff. That's all just rolling on. It blows my mind that we are this far into May already. It's crazy.
I don't think I've slept yet this year. Still waiting to have a sleep in. Every time I go, I might have a sleep in. No, I'm up at 6. When's that Great Ocean Road workshop?
Our Great Ocean Road workshop is in June. No, it's in It's in August. It's in July.
Okay, don't have to worry about that.
That's after Kangaroo Island. No, it's in July.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah,
well, we've got a new team member on the Kangaroo Island workshop, don't we?
We do. I'm looking forward to having that team member on board and having 3 vehicles.
Yeah.
And having the whole island to ourselves, because we will. It's that time of year when there'll be no one else there but us.
We've rented the whole island out.
We have.
Cool. Hey, do you reckon anyone listening?
3 people.
3 people. Actually, I know someone who listens this far. They told me on the New Zealand trip, and then they wanted me to go back through the YouTube analytics and make sure that in Queensland there was a spike of listening towards the end. So we'll have to have a look at that.
Can we find that stuff out? That sounds way too high tech for me.
Oh, not now. You're the tech god now.
I'm all over it, mate. I am all over it. Right. Well, I think that's it for this podcast.
Yeah. How's your footy team going?
We're going all right.
You're going all right. Well, not this week, but you're going all right, aren't you? You're in the top 8.
We're going better than anyone thought we would, including us.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, new coach, freshen up, new players. We're going all right. It'll be interesting to see where we finish up, but really proud of them. Like that's great that I get to go to the footy and we're going to be half a shout. So, we're not quite at your mob's level yet, or at teams above your mob's level, but hopefully we'll get somewhere in September.
Can you imagine barracking for Carlton?
I'm starting to feel sorry for him. I'm sorry, I am.
Stuff him.
I'm sorry for him.
Shout out to our mate Bevan over in WA. He's a big Carlton supporter. I don't think he's had his jumper on for about 20 years. He's been too embarrassed. So
it's been far too long. All right. Well, this has been episode 189 of the Down South Photo Show. We will see you in a couple of weeks for episode 190. It's been our pleasure. Good to talk to you all. I guess we say goodbye, Cameron.
Goodbye, Cheryl.
Goodbye. Hey, bye, Cheryl. Thanks for being a great audience.
Yeah, you've been a very quiet audience. That's good. Goodbye, Cameron.
Goodbye, Cameron.